Today I'm going to just show a very basic video of how to make old brick kind of patterns on our paper. Now this here I have done a little bit of background with very light yellow. So I'm gonna first uh, wet my paper again, but not just with water, with little bit of color in it. So as we have the background as in yellow, I'm going to take a little bit of yellow here. This is a mix of chrome and pale yellow and a little bit of yellow ochre. And I'm going to put it here and make it a little more watery. And I'm using the flat brush here. So first, make sure you're holding the brush away from the metal part, probably from where the writing starts on the brushes, and you're keeping it a little up in this way, okay, so that it's in easy movement. And I'm resting my hand on my little finger. So just make some patterns here of the old brick type. And whenever the color finishes, make sure that you keep on adding. Do not worry if the color changes. Just go with the patterns right now. So I'm just going with the random patterns here at this moment, not making really look like a brick pattern at this moment, just going horizontal and vertical. And because we're going to try and get a little bit of an old brick kind of pattern, like something of the ancient days type, or you can say the random brick where it's not arranged in a very beautiful chronological order. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a dark shade, so I'll go with yellow ochre and I'm going to mix a little bit of burnt sienna with it. So I'm going to take yellow ochre, I'm going to take burnt sienna. It's always good to mix the color directly in the palette. And it's easy to wash the colors also, so there's nothing to worry that our colors are going to get mixed. Just try and make it a slightly darker shade. Make sure it's not too watery, but not very dry also. If you notice, I'm using just the tip of the brush, and I'm going to make random lines here just to get that pattern. These lines gives us an idea that where exactly we have to change the direction for the bricks. After this is done, I'm going to wash my brush and again take yellow ochre and the pale yellow. Maybe mix a bit of chrome with it. And this time I'm going to rest my hand on the wrist, okay? Pulling it from there, making sure my 3/4 of the brush is being touched. And this is the time when your gaps starts reducing. Make sure your brush is not dry at any moment. Why I have gone with this color? Because of the background. And why I'm making sure that there's enough water is also because we already have color in the background. We don't want that color to overpower it, right? Now I'm going to wash my brush properly, remove excess water from my brush, and now hold the brush absolutely in under palm position, and you start blending it. This method will actually give the direction of your bricks. This sets the direction of your bricks, that it is in which direction the bricks have been placed. Because that is very important. And now you take the darker color and you make few lines prominent. Just make sure you're working with the tip of the brush. And if you feel there are a few places that needs a little bit of prominence, just bring that color down. This need not be done everywhere, only the place where you feel you need that prominence. So this is one way. Second technique which I often go ahead with is just take a dark color wet your brush and just let the color spread. Make sure that the brush is not completely dry. Because if the brush is completely dry, the color will not spread. And the beauty of watercolor medium is to make sure that your color spreads. And the color will spread in the direction in which we use the water with the help of the brush. And again take a bit of dark color. This is another way of doing it. One more method would be, I'm just taking a red, take the color, you spread it. Take the dark color. I haven't washed my brush, I'm just using it directly and I'm just taking it from the edge. Remove water in the palette itself and And you add a little bit of dark effect in it, just to add the depth. If you want to blend it, wash your brush, remove excess water. You have to let it dry to get you the effect. So these are the 3 different ways that can be done. So for example, it's done here, right? And this is another example with a bricky background. And this is one more example, okay? So getting the brick effect is actually very easy. So if I have to do it on this, let's say on this paper, beside this, and to get the same effect, I'll try and use the same colors. Don't worry of the gaps being left at this moment, because that is what you will be covering when you're making the lines. And the lines are not made on the colors, okay? The lines are made in between the colors or above. And then it's all about blending it. Just give a little dry tap. Absolutely dry tap. This kind of dry tap can also be done over here. So I take the color. I am going to remove excess color over here. I'm just going to take the color. So you should get this kind of rough effect. That is what actually makes it, gives you the dry tap. Otherwise, it's not a dry tap. And you don't have to do it everywhere. Keep that in mind. Just take your brush, wash it. Just take the base color that you used first. I think in this it was pale yellow and ochre. Remove the excess color and the excess water and palette. And hold your brush as far as possible. The moment you feel brush is totally dry, take the color again. Just make few lines prominent. Remember, you don't have to make everything prominent. Everything does not need so much of detail. Because if you add detail in everything, then the depth vanishes. Some places may just have a light effect. Some may have a little bit of dark effect. That is what gives the difference. That is what creates the difference. There you go. So 3 different types. It depends on, you can do it from here to here or here to here. Hope this was helpful.